Hello everybody, my name is Saemi Nadine Jung. I post videos about my life as a former financial journalist turned media and communication scholar currently doing my PhD here in Vancouver, Canada. As you all know, I've been taking a break for a while from creating YouTube videos for several reasons. So without further ado, let's get into reasons why I took a break from content creation. Number one is life and travel. I mentioned in an earlier video that in February I visited Portugal. Then in the midst of that trip I knew that I had to quickly visit my family. So there were a lot of travels and life events that happened that just I had to prioritize my work, my social life, my family, my loved ones. Even though I genuinely love creating content and share my life lessons with you, I just had to prioritize some of my life priorities. So in a way, I had to have some dedicated time for myself and with my loved ones, friends, and family for the current stage of my life. And number two is I had a creativity block. It was almost like a writing block that I had when I was writing my master's dissertation in London. In the grand scheme of things, I have always been creative all my life, from being a pianist to a presenter, financial news journalist. I was always in the scene of creating content, communicating that, and delivering, thinking, writing, sharing what I've learned through my journey with the world. But in the past couple of weeks and months, I actually have really struggled to create new content, and every time I sit down in front of my computer or turn on my camera, or even before turning on my camera, I just felt like, okay, what do I talk about? And because at this stage of my PhD, I'm heavily engaging myself with the research work that I'm doing at the lab, and also I'm preparing myself for the COMS, the comprehensive exam, which is the biggest exam that I have to take during my PhD. And I guess I've just been putting a lot of information and knowledge into my head, and I just have been having a really hard time, creating content. And third reason is that I've also been very jet lagged from all the traveling and doing all the work that I had to catch up on. It's just been really a lot. So the next is what I plan to do in the second half of the year 2024. I mean, honestly, I can't believe that it's already June. Can't believe how time goes by fast. But goal number one is journaling. I mean, of course, journaling is something that I've always been doing my entire life, and writing down my reflections, my feelings really helps me to get rid of a lot of the worries or the fear that come through my thoughts. It's also good for me to take a step back and reflect on how I feel throughout the day, and oftentimes those feelings and reflections are translated into the kinds of content that you see on my channel, my vlogs, and also my written blogs on my Korean blog. And of course, I certainly understand the power of vlogs from my London vlogs during my master's at the LSE. Also my current PhD vlogs, because a lot of people message me or email me and telling me that they're very thankful for my content and the information that I shared navigating my grad school life, career changes and whatnot, and the life lessons that I learned along the way. So whenever I hear that, I feel like, okay, creating this platform was indeed really it is doing something good. So I take real joy out of being able to share, and if I can be helpful in any way, that's also great. Goal number two is content creation. And of course, this is something that I've been really struggling with. I know I've really fallen out of the routine of creating videos now. I almost feel like I had a very bad creativity block for the past couple weeks, and I honestly did not know what to post next. I have had so much research work and a lot of reading to do. I was really tired and exhausted for the past like 3 weeks. So it was almost that I had to cope with the influx of information and knowledge that I was putting into my brain, and coping with them. And I wasn't so sure how to create a content that would be helpful for you. So kind of like overcoming that creativity block is my next goal, and I hope to, if there are any things that you would like to hear from me, please feel free to share, because that will be also helpful for me to kind of plan ahead. And of course, content creation is something that I personally really enjoy, love doing, as a form of solidarity, as a platform to express myself, and also just to share bits of things that I learn along the way. And these nuggets of wisdom that I post on this YouTube channel, I also look back and listen to myself, and it's actually really helpful. So yeah, that's my next goal. And number 3 is to reflect on my being, reflect on what kind of person do I want to be, what kind of scholar do I want to be, what kind of things do I want to do in order to not only help myself grow, but also help others grow. So I'm trying to see how I can progress as a scholar, and also like being in the lab also makes me be exposed to how research projects are done. There is a certain level of project leadership that anybody who is in the academia needs to pick up on, and who needs to be versed in project management. And I feel so lucky to be part of this research community. And it's actually funny. The other day, my loved one and I were talking about, so if you had a complete financial independence, financial freedom, what would you be doing now? And honestly, I said that I would be doing exactly the same thing that I'm doing right now. I would be pursuing my PhD, but with a little, with far less worries and fear about a lot of insecurities and uncertainties that surround my reality. So yeah, I think I'm on the right track in that sense, but it's more of me trying to managing and being able to pack everything into my life, because obviously I only have one body and I can only do so much within a day, right? So that's where I have been, but I honestly want to share that one of the key words that have been sticking into my mind lately is the power. Now, at the end of the day, why I chose to be on this path of leaving my financial journalist broadcasting career, thriving career, to come back to academia, being a student again, leaving the financial kind of security, being back into this realm of uncertain, kind of vulnerable position of being student again, is specifically because I wanted that power. Knowledge indeed is power, and especially for women, it is sad enough a reality. But having that title for a woman like me was it's very it was necessary. And so I'm taking a hard path to gain that power, to not only to be freely, genuinely be who I want to be, but also protect myself, protect my loved ones. So that was the biggest life lesson that I've been kind of regurgitating over. And for those of you who want to learn more about sort of the laws of power, Robert Greene's book that I showed you, it's in my bedroom now, so I'll go get it. This book is really helpful. So for those of you who want to delve more into that content, I can also share that with you. Okay, so that's it for me today, and I really hope that you are staying healthy and you're starting the second half of the 2024 in a good spirit.